Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Well, today I'm in no mood to introduce any one of us. You know who we are on the show. And the thing is, because we are very disappointed and a frustrating moment, this I should say. I mean, if you heard yesterday's show, Chiranjeev was mentioning, he had a fear as a Mohun Bagan fan that the team against, they always have a dip in their season. Okay, and we'll talk about the match later. The reason why I'm saying that is the whole of Indian football has taken a dip here. Yesterday we spoke so highly of, the women's league is starting, the women's team are doing so well, and a lot of new things, the draws were out for both men's and women's in AFC Asian Cup, and it was all looking good. But then the top officials don't want us Indian football fans to be happy about certain things. Because at the end of the same event, Women's League, Praful Patel was asked about the merger and he said nothing's happening this year. And he also said various other things. But the major thing that happened and we got to know this morning was Nicolai Adam, the coach of under-17 team, has been sacked. This is just months away from your country hosting the prestigious FIFA World Cup, under-17, and you sack your team's coach. So what are you putting out expectations for those boys who've been worked hard, trained hard under Nicolai Adam? I have no clue. I'm done talking, I guess, on the show. Chiranjeev, then Kevin, it's all over to you. What is happening, dude?
Okay, let's break this down, because if you just try to take in the whole picture at once, it's gonna boggle the mind. It's confusing. It's meant to confuse, I think. So few different things are going on here. One, he said, Praful Patel made a statement about that merger. I'm not even sure if he was asked about the merger or whatever. So he said, there is no merger happening this year. Okay. Then he said, I-League remains our priority.
Yeah.
And when the merger happens, we have to make sure that ISL merges into I-League.
Yeah.
Not
this is what he said. Now, since you mentioned this, is what he said. Why it is constantly being touted as I-League merging with ISL? Why can we not say that ISL might merge with I-League? I mean... Okay,
here's where the mind screw, we can't say the F word here, so...
Yeah.
I wish we could.
Screwed up.
Here's where the whole mumbo jumbo comes in. The aspect of the framing. We have been saying this for a while, that it's actually not I-League being sucked into ISL. It's actually ISL, becoming I-League in principle, on paper. That's how it's supposed to work. The National League continues, the private tournament dies. But he's saying the same thing, Praful Patel, but he means something entirely different.
Exactly.
Okay. If you are the president of AIFF, you have a lot of power, allegedly, a lot of quote-unquote power in the process. Then, if you think that ISL should be merging into I-League, not the other way around, would you not be fighting for the principles of openness and meritocracy that I-League perpetuates?
Yeah.
Would you not be saying we should have promotion relegation? Would you not be saying we should have, let's just make it 8 I-League clubs or 10 I-League clubs plus 8 ISL teams?
Yeah.
Make it an 18 club league.
Yeah, he makes this point after 3 Goan clubs have pulled out. And on the same occasion, when he was asked about that, he said
we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Look, there's too many things going on here. We'll have to take it step by step. He is, the plan that was put forward last May, that was approved by AIFF, because nobody in AIFF came and said no, we don't like this. That had 10 teams in mind, right? 10 ISL teams in 2017-18, total 95 matches. So that means you are keeping the old structures of ISL together. You are taking, you're keeping most of the teams, probably all the teams. You are keeping the franchisee fee structure. You are abolishing promotion relegation, which means you are basically forcing a lot of I-League clubs, which are top division clubs, to go down to the second division forcefully. And then you are saying that you are in favor of ISL merging into I-League and not the other way around. This is deception. This is politicians spinning something. Okay, and this is why I always come back to this point of politicians should not be running a sport here, because they are always looking for bragging rights. They're always looking for their personal credit.
Yep.
Okay. Then come back to the fact that he said there is no merger this year. I call bullshit on that. I call complete bullshit on that, because the whole setup has been to make sure that right after the Under-17 World Cup, you merge the leagues so that you can manage the season like human beings. The players are not like bloody machines who will play 50, 60, 70 matches with on a 5-month season. It's inhuman. So you have to make sure that there is one league and you have different divisions running together, so that no transfer and players get some rest at least. Right? So if he's coming out and saying that now, and that comes after Sunanda Dhar was putting indirect pressure on the 3 I-League clubs which are being considered for inclusion in the new top division league, saying tell us by June, because the transfer window starts then. So I think this is part of a negotiation tactic over franchisee fees. They're trying to create this sense of urgency. They're trying to create this sense of panic because they know that East Bengal, Mohun Bagan are member-driven clubs, right? And the members have a lot of say in how the club is run and what the club does. They vote with it, right? This becomes an election issue for the club officials. So every time Sunanda Dhar says something, Praful Patel says something, there are 75-year-olds who have been following football all their lives, paranoid people who are calling up the club officials saying, what is happening and what are you doing? So they know this. Every time they say something, a pressure is created on these club officials. So that way they can maybe negotiate the franchisee fees up to 10 crores, 11 crores, rather than the low ones that these clubs want. So maybe that's what's going on there. Now let's come down to that other part of the statement. There's so much stuff going on, I'm even losing track of exactly what he said. He said the Goan clubs did not have
they
mileage.
They want to invest in Indian football.
Yeah, they did not have momentum to continue. Right? Bandwidth to continue. Okay. Seriously, why is a federation dancing over the grave of top division clubs? This is not even a question of you being right or wrong. This is about a question of you being decent.
Yeah.
Why? Like, India had the highest top division mortality rate during Praful Patel's regime after he introduced ISL, and a lot of the momentum that was lost for clubs like Pune FC or these Goan clubs, that came because they knew that in the future where there is a merged league, they don't figure in the top division. They have to take a relegation. That's what they did not want to contend with. That's why it was just the end of the line. And what's the point of carrying on if we don't even have the pride? They didn't even have many fans, right? They played for pride of being in the top division. So if even that gets taken away, they lose the will to go forward. So if the Goan clubs are quitting, if there are so many clubs quitting, Rangda Jiyad, Royal Waindo, whatever, Pune FC, the other clubs, even the previous pulling outs, that is on the federation.
Yep.
You could not create a league structure that makes it viable for them. You did not listen to them when they wanted I-League to be a separate legal entity where the clubs get a share of the central sponsorship, they get a share of the TV money. That structure that keeps these clubs going all over the world, it was just absent.
Yeah.
So you have no promotion for the league. You have this insane system where the clubs don't get a share of the central money that the league earns potentially. So what do they have then? So that's on them. So maybe he's trying to deflect the blame here. Maybe he knows he's getting a lot of blame and that's going to be his legacy going forward. That under him a huge number of top division clubs died. So he's just, I don't know. This is just low to just go and say, they did not want. And part of the reason, I'm going back to the other statement that he said, there is no merger this year. Part of the reason I think that's bullshit is because of this kind of grandstanding and uttering stuff that's not quite the case that he has a record of. I remember in Delhi he made that comment, ISL is a tournament of the AIFF and we wanted to put a cat among pigeons.
Yeah.
Right? infamous
So
statement.
the forum, right?
Yeah, at that forum, I don't know if it was at forum or Shaji Prabhakaran's book launch. Here's the deal. When he says ISL is a tournament of the AIFF, he's not telling the whole truth.
Yeah.
He's telling maybe it's 5% truth in it. It's a tournament created by IMG Reliance. They earned the right to do that when they signed the deal. They completely redid the whole setup, created a tournament that had its own disciplinary body. It was completely running parallel. They were not keeping AIFF in any kind of loop even when the day-to-day operation of the tournament was happening. So if you are saying ISL is a tournament of the AIFF, you're deceiving people.
Yeah.
Okay, either you're very ignorant and out of the loop, or you're deliberately trying to spin it in a certain way. So if he's spinning that, and he's spinning the exit of the Goan clubs as something that's to be entirely blamed on them, then I think he's spinning the merger statement.
Okay.
I think this is a negotiation tactic, a complete maybe misdirection that he's trying to pull off. Again, he's somebody who's been born into wealth and power. He's been a part of the government for so long.
Yeah.
Why does he need to do this?
Exactly.
The clubs are not that powerful. Nobody's going to think you're a big, strong man who's, stomping on clubs and, bringing them back in line. This is like, beating up children. Why are you doing this? This does not reflect good on the AIFF. This does not look good on Praful Patel. And don't even get me started on Nicolai Adam, man. Everybody's going crazy. Man, Kevin, let me take a breather here, man. Just freaking everything is falling apart.
Nicolai Adam, he's done a lot for this under-17 World Cup. His preparation has started long back. Even before the dates and the tournament was confirmed, his preparation was a long-term plan that he had in mind, and he got the required support. But during the under-16 Asian Cup, I think, that happened in India. So the results were not really favouring, apart from that goal that India scored against Brazil. A decent performance against UAE. But results were not there. Now, you can take those results and put it in front of him and saying, where are the results coming, Nicolai Adam? So after that also in this Grandstanding Memorial Cup. So that also gives a chance to the management to put it in front of Adam and say the results are still not coming. It's just within 7 or 8 months before the World Cup starts. What are you doing about it? You've been given everything. So that could be one of the reasons that the process has started long time back. We were not aware of that, and this comes as a shock to us. But it could be a gradual process that's already in process.
Fair point, but how do you, as in, if you were part now, fair point you made, okay, but think of the players' perspective. Now they're just kids. They're still developing footballers, okay? And then they had this dream of, playing in the World Cup, being part of representing your country. And then suddenly, you've already made a rapport between your coach, okay? It's not that whether result come or no, it's a later part. Then first of all, it's like building a rapport with your coach, and how does that communication go about? And that drives me to, we've seen players like Aman Chetri, Aman and all of them coming up and playing really well. They've caught our attention. So he must be doing something right to get. Now, India is way behind in infrastructure, in facilities, in the grassroots section of, to compare to the other countries and other teams that they've played with, whether it's the Memorial Cup or the last season's Asian Cup. So at this, when you're just months away, okay, I mean, your country is hosting the World Cup, and the players, like suppose I am part of the team and I'm all pumped up and I'm looking up to my coach. Doesn't matter the result, I'm not looking, I'm just looking positive. And suddenly, now I am like, is it going to be like headless chickens running around? So how do you think, like we've spoken about Santosh Kashyap getting in new players, and we asked him about how do you think they're going to, fit into that team. So how do you hear the coach has been replaced?
I think looking at it professionally, it's not really a bad effect on the team, because the team is together. We're not breaking down the team. It's only the top management that decides, okay, the results are not coming in our favor. Let's make a change in the coach and along with that, the setup is already there. The players don't need to adjust to anything. So only the mentality that needs to be got in the players about winning, maybe that requires a change of coach that will get in the team. So I don't think it's an ill effect for the mentality of players. They are already set. They've recruited a long time back. Just a few additions was just added later on. Apart from that, most of the team is the same. And it's not 1 month or 2 months. It's another good 7 or 8 months before the tournament starts. It's not bad, but the transition should have been there. It comes as a shock to everyone because for us as fans, we get to know just 1 day before. Maybe it's the same day that the news comes out as a shock. But it could be a gradual process that's begun a long time back. So it's not.
So my question was the timing right? That's what I'm saying. If you think
it's not bad because
he wasn't providing results, probably you could have sacked him after the Asian Cup, and then because the Memorial Cup would have been something, a new start. It's a new year, and probably that could have been. So I'm just asking about the timing.
Maybe the timing is not right, but it's not all that negative effect on anybody. So a change of coach really doesn't put too many things or lot of pressure on the kids. Okay, we know they are under 17 kids, but they have been playing all over the world. So I don't think it's such a bad moment for Indian football. They can still get going if the replacement is correct.
Sanjit, do you think this is some show off of power from the top administration saying that, hey, you know what, results nahi aa rahe, chalo ghar jao?
Okay, I don't believe I'm going to start this off with a Rahul Dravid quote. Okay, he said the junior levels, under 17, under 18 levels, they're not about winning. They're about giving the kids exposure, about building them better as players.
Yeah.
So, as such, you are supposed to put them in very difficult positions. Give them matches that is very difficult for them to come out of as a winner. And that's what they have been doing with this team.
Yeah.
Okay, they have been playing a lot of games over the past few years, and AIFF gets ton of credit for spending all the money.
Yeah.
AIFF gets ton of credit for being with, being in favor of Nicolai Adam putting in all the effort to build this team up. Nicolai Adam is not the only one who did it, but he was the main architect. He was the one who ran around just recruiting players from states and whatnot. It was, just look at the kind of results they have been producing. Okay, India's ranking is not up there, and this is not our golden generation. I don't know what gave them the idea that if they throw money, maybe this is the ISL mentality. If you throw money at it, the problem gets solved. That's what they're used to. People like people who are powerful, like Praful Patel and IMG Reliance. But just look at how they have been doing. They have been playing against big countries where kids go to academy from when they are 5 or 6 years old, and then they come to whatever they have had some 10 years of training behind them before they are coming to this level.
Right.
But this Indian team has players who were in academy from they were 11 or 12 years old. So they are still that deficit remains. In technicality, in terms of exposure, whatever. They have been playing for the last 2 years all over the place, but there are under 17 teams who have been doing this for the last 7-8 years. Right? So we started late, and there has never been any indication that we would win it big in the World Cup, under 17 World Cup, that we would win 2 matches, go into quarterfinals or whatever. That was never going to be the case. I don't know what deluded these people into thinking that we will start winning immediately, because football is not a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year project.
Right.
It's a long-term thing. And look at the kind of result we've got. They beat Luxembourg. They lost 2-0 to Norway last year, under 17. If the Indian national team plays the Norway national team, the seniors, we may lose 10-0. Okay, we went out, we drew with Saudi Arabia. We lost 3-2 to United Arab Emirates.
Yeah, that was a great match.
Good game. We scored against Brazil. Although I don't want to harp on it, but we lost 1-0 to the under 17 Russian team in October.
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah.
Imagine Indian national team plays Russian national team. Seniors. What will happen? Decimation.
Yeah.
We drew against Saudi Arabia. Last time we played Saudi Arabia, I think we lost 4-0 in the senior level. And then we go on to play this entirely difficult tournament because it's an under 18 tournament called Granatkin Memorial Cup. Yeah. 1 year is a big difference in this level because kids are growing. For 17 to 18, kids grow a lot. They get stronger. Their muscle structures even change a bit.
And one more year of experience is added to them.
Yeah. And they have been playing. The under 17 Indian team is playing the under 18 national teams of Russia, Belarus, Latvia, Estonia, Iran, Tajikistan. They beat Belarus 1-0. Okay. What is Belarus's ranking FIFA? 72. What are we? 129. You don't think that's an improvement? We lost to Iran 1-0. Under 18 Iran, not under 17. Our under 17 boys lost to under 18 Iran 1-0. What is Iran's FIFA ranking? 29. We are 129. They are 100 places above us. Are you kidding me? Do you not see, what reality are we living in? Do you not see the improvement? Do you not see that if these kids get the idea that yes, their effort is being recognized, they will do even better. And they have 6 more months to improve. Maybe they will not win too many games, but they will put on a show that will inspire the next generation of kids. And it's not about just sacking the coach. It's about telling the architect of the team to go away because you're not delivering results enough. That's a downvote on the entire team.
Yeah.
That now the kids think that their effort is not being appreciated. Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know what is going on. I think, now that Praful Patel is aiming for bigger and, better things like AFC Vice Presidentship or FIFA Financial Committee and all that stuff, he wants to take those bragging rights into the, into the international stage.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm sorry, we're not in the place. We will not get to bragging rights for another 10 years, no matter how hard we try, because this is not ISL. You just don't buy big foreigners and play 6 foreigners in a team, and you suddenly start seeing quote unquote better football that looks glorious in slow motion HD. But this is real development.
Yeah.
It's not just money. You need heart like Nicolai Adam did. He put in his heart and soul, and it's a shame that we have to see him go now.
Exactly.
Imagine somebody else comes in and they do a little bit extra development, and we pull off a win in under 17 World Cup. The new coach will come and take all the credit.
Yeah.
But it belongs with Nicolai Adam. Okay, we will not be here. We would not be here with a bunch of very promising kids who are putting up fights against the best. The very best in the world they're putting up fights against, and we're not recognizing them. It's a shame all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, this also puts once again the whole of Indian football into bad light.
Yeah.
Okay, just when you were trying to see, just like I started the show, just when people outside India started to think, okay, there are a few developments coming. We are seeing few players. There are a few players who are representing some clubs outside India. And then suddenly now when you see all of this big sham coming out, politicians ruling over sports, playing political gimmick out there. One person says it will happen. The other person comes out and says it won't happen. They just want to say because they want to be in the limelight. Or probably to
They
shift.
want credit.
Yeah.
They want bragging rights now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know they will not be with AIFF forever. Everybody treats AIFF like a stepping stone in their career. Either they are trying to move into cricket or some other sports, bigger money position or something, or they are trying to go into international positions. So they want it now. They know their time is running out, so they want results now, which is unfair to the fans, unfair to the players, unfair to the coach. It's selfish. Yeah. Complete selfishness.
Yeah. It's something you can't tolerate. I mean, how much can you take? Okay, you've gotten ISL on top of I-League. ठीक है. Nobody said a thing. Then you say there's a good merger going to happen. Okay, fair enough. You had to do it because FIFA is over you, or else you get banned. But then you come up and say, one person says, okay, we are doing it. Then the top order person says, and probably if not asked also, I don't know if he was asked about the merger, he says, no, it's not happening. And then he twists the whole statement saying, why can't we say it in this way and why are we saying in this way? And then the sacking of the under-17 I don't know where we are heading. I don't know. Do we have a conclusion to this, or do we have...
Look, no. Despite all this, you have to give AIFF credit for doing this, okay? It was their effort. It was AIFF and IMG Reliance who got the Under-17 World Cup here in the first place, who brought Nicolai Adam in. And all this thing, the reason we are looking at 2017 with some optimism is down to them. But I don't know why they can't see that people appreciate them for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have to go overboard and try to...
things again.
Just trying to, score an extra point. They have to try to just decimate everything else. Maybe they just want themselves to be in credit. Maybe they don't want Nicolai Adam or anybody else taking a share of it. I don't know whatever is going on, but it does not look good and it stinks. They should be ashamed.
Okay, now moving on, we have to talk about the match that happened last night. All of these things just overshadowed the match, but the match was really good, but disappointing and frustrating, just like these news were, because Team DSK had chances, okay? They had the first chance came in the 15th second, and I couldn't see the replay. Once again, what is 10 Sports doing? Okay, enough of bashing people. Let's talk about the match. They had, I think, 4 to 5 chances, and towards the end, till the end, man, and they just gave it away. And this, like Chirandeep said yesterday, I started the show also, Mohun Bagan, there's a fear always lingering over Mohun Bagan that they have a dip always in the season. And I asked you, is this the dip tonight? And there you go. They were held to a goalless draw. So you were up there, Kevin, you were up there. You were watching the match. Your thoughts first.
Missing chances, nothing else. You miss your chances, you give it to the opposition team. And 15 seconds in the match, the tempo would have been just set right
crazy,
there.
Right?
It was
against the top of the team.
Half work was done if you had put in that goal. Kim Song-yong, I don't know, please replace the striker. He's just missing too many chances up front. Everybody's doing the hard work. Juan Cuero, excellent. Sasha, too good.
Yeah.
The fellow was marking Norde.
Nirmal Chetri pocketing Sony Norde.
Too good. Just shut out that left flank of Bagan, and that they've stuck in the tracks. DSK cannot go anywhere unless they start finishing.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Yeah, they hit the post as well, right? So DSK were unlucky a bit, and they actually scored. And Dave Rogers was saying in the post-match press conference that I don't know why that goal was disallowed. I mean, I didn't see any replays. Did you see a foul there?
No, nothing.
No, nothing. I think DSK were the deserving winners of this game.
Yeah.
I say that as a Mohun Bagan fan, but I'm not disappointed in that game at all because I was thoroughly entertained. I love games that have a twist in them, and you could see both the teams changing, transforming throughout the game. DSK just going on that high tempo and just riding that wave of optimism. And towards the end, look at what Mohun Bagan did. Got Prabir Das in the right flank, and the moment Sony Norde and Katsumi Yusa were playing closer together, they were doing much better. Last 10 minutes, Mohun Bagan were creating a hell lot of chances. And Subhashis Bose with that beautiful half volley, hit the post.
Hit the post.
Yeah, so it could have been anyone's game. It was a total thriller, and this should be a foreshadowing for the entire league that Mohun Bagan are not invincible. If they have flaws in them, I said it in the preview that they can be beaten with pace. That's exactly what happened. Kim Song-yong with his pace. Done. Central defense was nowhere to be seen. Eduardo, I don't know, I think about him, Sanjay Sen said that you have to take it more seriously. You have to play better under pressure. He's not doing it. He made the mistakes again. He missed that goal chance and whatever. I think what's ailing Mohun Bagan is that they used to have a striker that is withdrawn in the last over 2 seasons. Okay, first it was Pierre Boa. Then it was Connor Glenn, who could play a bit down. And then he could pass all the way to JJ or Sony Norde or service Katsumi on the right flank. But this time they have JJ and Duffy, both of whom are box-to-box strikers. They like to be up there and get the ball and score. That leaves a big gap between the midfield and the
Strikers,
box. So that they have to address. I think if you play Katsumi in the middle, then that problem gets addressed. But if they keep him on the right wing, we have pain coming up. Okay, and what a game! DSK Shivajians astounded.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I so wish they had that 3 points, got that goal. But yeah, definitely a really good boost for DSK here. So just watch out for the team DSK. They are not the same team that they were last year. I mean, Dave Rogers and his team is doing absolutely brilliant. Now that's all, folks. Yes, we took a long time, but we had to break down a few things, and we had to also vent out our emotions on this. At the end of the day, we are also fans.
End of the episode shout out. Good job, Praful Patel, for announcing that 25 lakhs for the SAF Championship winning team.
Yes.
For women. Yeah. Okay,
Fantastic.
25 lakhs, not a big deal, but yeah, it's a gesture of appreciation.
It's a great thing for.
Do some more good things, please.
Yeah. So we can, appreciate you more.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. If you're listening to us on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe to us. Hit the bell icon so you get updates for our new episodes. Now, you can also talk to us on Twitter, Chiranjit, Chiranjit Oja, I_R_Boza for Kevin. I'm on Twitter, Matthew94. You can also listen to our podcast on Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, etc. and various other podcasting apps. Have a great day, and tomorrow is Republic Day, and there won't be any show coming out on 26th of Jan, but do come back to us. We'll be on song once again from 27th onwards, so have a good day. It's a public holiday, right? Enjoy your mini vacation. Cheers.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.